Assalamualaikum dear students, welcome to the Department of English, Govt Postgraduate College Attock. This is Sheheryar Khan and this is BSc 4th year. We are studying a selection of modern prose, and in our previous lectures we were discussing The Damned Human Race by Mark Twain. Our next sentence in the text is, of all the animals, man is the only one that is cruel. He is the only one that inflicts pain for the pleasure of doing it. Of all the animals means that amongst all the animals, if we are talking about all the animals, then man is the only one that is cruel. That is, if we compare man with all the other animals, then man would be the only one who is cruel, who is cold-hearted, who treats other men and other creatures with cruelty. He is the only one that inflicts pain. Inflicts means causes, for the pleasure of doing it. Inflicts pain for the pleasure of doing it means that man is the only one who causes pain to the other creatures and feels a kind of pleasure about it or derives pleasure out of it. Now this is something that Mark Twain is claiming, that man is the only creature on this planet that causes pain just for the sake of pleasure. No other creatures, they would cause pain for the pleasure of it. As we have seen earlier, an anaconda would only kill if it is hungry, if it has to satisfy its hunger. In case of man, we have seen that the Earl, he killed 71 buffaloes just for the sake of pleasure, without any reason, without any need. So in this way, it proves that man is the only creature on this planet that is cruel. It is a trait that is not known to the higher animals. The cat plays with the frightened mouse, but she has this excuse that she does not know that the mouse is suffering. Trait means quality, excuse, pretext. Now, the writer says that it is a trait, it is a quality that is not known to the higher animals. Not known to the higher animals mean the higher animals, they do not know anything about it. And it is, the construction is passive, is not known to the higher animals. It is of present indefinite, is, and then third form of the verb. The cat plays with the frightened mouse. Now, in order to take another example from the animal kingdom, the writer says that it is true that cat, before killing the mouse, it plays with it, and some people might argue that cat also derives pleasure out of the pain of the mouse. But actually, this is not so. Why? Because she has an excuse. She has a kind of pretext that she does not know that the mouse is suffering. That is, cat being an animal, she does not know that the mouse she is playing with is suffering and it might be in pain. But when men they do harm to the other creatures, to the other people, when they torture other creatures or other people, they are well aware that the other creatures are suffering, that they are experiencing pain, and still they do it. So in this way, it proves that cat is innocent and man is cruel. The cat is moderate, unhumanly moderate. She only scares the mouse. She does not hurt it. She does not dig out its eyes or tear off its skin or drive splinters under its nails, man fashion. When she is done playing with it, she makes a sudden meal of it and puts it out of its trouble. Man is the cruel animal. He is alone in that distinction. Now, the cat is moderate. Moderate here it is used in the sense of not violent. The cat is not violent. Unhumanly moderate. Unhumanly moderate means not unhumanly, not like a human being. It is not violent, just unlike a human being. That is, human beings are violent and cats are not. She only scares the mouse. Scares means frightens. It only frightens the mouse. She does not hurt it. It does not harm it. She does not dig out its eyes. It does not gouges out its eyes just like human beings do to torture other human beings, or tear off its skin. Tear off mean to take off, to rip apart, or drive splinters under its nail. Now, in the ancient times, it was a kind of very popular method of torture that when somebody would torture other the prisoners, they would drive splinters under their nails. Splinters mean some sharp parts of a wood or metal, mean just like nails, for example. They would simply put nails under the put nails under the nails of nails mean the first nail is that metallic object which is used on words, and the second nail is the uh, fingernails, under the fingernails of the prisoners. Man fashion means just like man. Fashion here it is used in the sense of method or way. It is a man's way of doing it. When she is done playing with it, it she makes a sudden meal of it and puts it out of its trouble. When is done here it is used in the sense of finished. When she is tired of playing with it, she suddenly eats it and does not hurt it anymore. Man is the cruel animal, but man, he is the cruel animal. He is alone in that distinction. Distinction means excellence or importance as compared to others. It is his his quality alone. No other creatures or animals share this particular quality. The higher animals engage in individual fights, but never in organized masses. Man is the only animal that deals in the atrocities of atrocities, war. If you look at the higher animals, the other animals, you will observe that they fight with each other, but their fights are individual fights, and their fights have individual reasons, but they never fight in organized masses. That is, it would never happen that they would gather a huge number of animals and then go and fight with other animals. Now, man is the only animal that deals in the atrocity of atrocities, that is war. Atrocity means a kind of inhuman cruelty, an exceptional and extreme kind of cruelty. And Mark Twain says that man is the only animal who would form organized armies, and then he would go and fight with other organized armies. And in this way, man is the only animal that fights pre-planned cold-blooded wars and kills thousands and thousands of his fellow creatures. He is the only one that gathers his brethren about him and goes forth in cold blood and with calm pulse to exterminate his kind. Brethren means fellows or brothers, goes forth, goes ahead, cold blood in an unemotional and cruel way, calm, peaceful or undisturbed, pulse, heartbeat, exterminate, kill, his kind mean people like him. So man is the only animal on this planet who would gather his fellow human beings and then he would go and fight with a calm pulse. With a calm pulse means without an undisturbed heartbeat with the other people, the people like him, in order to exterminate them, in order to kill them all. He would fight them in cold blood without any reason. He is the only animal that for sordid wages march out, as the Hessians did in our revolution, and as the boyish Prince Napoleon did in the Zulu wars, and help to slaughter strangers of his own species who have done him no harm and with whom he has no quarrel. Now, sordid means shameful, dirty, wages, salary or payment. Hessians, German soldiers who fought on the side of British during American Revolution. Revolution, here it is American Revolution or American War of Independence. The war was fought by the Americans in order to gain independence from the British. Napoleon, grandson of Napoleon Bonaparte, the French emperor. Zulu Wars, the wars fought between British Army and Zulu people in South Africa. Slaughter, kill in cold blood. Now, Mark Twain says that man is the only animal who, for sordid wages, very dirty and shameful kind of payment, that is, the soldiers, they would take a very small amount as salary and then they would go and kill the people of other nations with whom actually they do not have any sort of quarrel. Those people, they did not do anything to them. And in order to quote historical examples, the writer has used the example of Hessians. Hessians were basically uh, German soldiers who fought on the side of British in the American War of Independence. And why did this fight on the side of the British? Because they were paid by the British. In order, they just took the payment and fought against the Americans uh, without any reason. That is, they did not have anything against them. They just were fighting for the sake of money. And then he also quotes another example of Zulu Wars. Zulu Wars were fought in South Africa when the British arrived there and they wanted to take control of the South Africa. They had to fight Zulu people. They were tribal people who were the original natives of that land. And in those wars that were fought between the British Army and those of Zulu people, those wars are called Zulu Wars. And Napoleon's grandson, Prince Napoleon, he died in that war, and he was French, and he was fighting on the side of the British without any reason. And therefore, the writer says that men, they fight in such kind of wars without any reason, and they kill people who they have not even met in their lives, or who have not done anything to harm them. This proves that man is cruel and other animals are not. That is the end of today's lecture. We will continue with our discussion of the text in our next lecture. Till then, take care.